Hello, friends, and good morning, all of you. I welcome you all to my English grammar class on the YouTube news channel. Let's see. Today, we are going to discuss about auxiliary verbs. You know, before telling you this, subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. Let's get start with these auxiliary verbs. There are two types of verb we know. First is main verbs, second is auxiliary verbs. We are going to only see the auxiliary verbs in this module. You know, the auxiliary verb is used in making the sentences. Auxiliary verbs are used in making the sentence. It has two types. First one is primary auxiliary and second modal auxiliary. Actually, there are 24 auxiliaries. Out of them, 11th are primary auxiliary and 13 are included in modal auxiliary. In primary auxiliary, again, there are to be verbs like am, is, are, was, were. Right? These are used in the progressive tense, especially in the present tense. To have another type in the primary auxiliary, which is have, has in present tense, had is in past tense. Another type in primary auxiliary is to do. Do, does, primary. These primary auxiliaries are used in the present tense and the did is used in the past tense. Again, if you see in modal auxiliary which has shall, will, should, okay, can, could, may and might. These are some modal auxiliaries. Semi modals, date to, ought to, used to, need to. These are also included into the modal auxiliaries. In modal auxiliary, there are two types. First is the modals and second is semi modals. The primary auxiliaries are in Marathi called as Prathamik Sahayakari Kriyapadachi Rupe, and there are three forms of it. First is in present tense, past tense, and the last one is a past participle. Okay, you can see in present tense, am is, are, have, has, and do, does. Past tense was, were, had, did. Past participles, which are used specially into the passive voice, right? Been, had, done. Okay, and if you see the last column again, which include into the present participle, being, having, doing, these are also included in that. In present tense, where I am making the circle, these are all the present tense forms of primary auxiliary. Again, if you see in primary auxiliary, there are various things to be discussed. Okay, but don't forget to subscribe my channel. Here you can see the primary auxiliary. Example, I am a teacher. Main verb is, it is functioning as a main verb. Am. I am writing a letter. Here am is working, functioning as helping verbs. So sometimes primary auxiliary play the role of main verb and sometimes it plays the role of helping verb. It comes along with the main verb or sometimes it becomes the main verb. You can see in both the sentences. I am a teacher. Here the primary auxiliary am is playing the role of main verb and I am writing a letter playing the role of helping verb. She has a car. She has bought a car. Another example of this primary auxiliary has, which is in the first sentence used as a main verb, and in second sentence, that is, she has bought a car, playing the role of helping verb. When it comes with the main verb, bought or any verb, it plays the role of helping verb. She does her homework. Here, the primary auxiliary does is playing a role of main verb. Does she like storybooks? Here, helping verb. To be formed, as I told you, am, is, are, was, were. Okay, as per the tenses, there are the various types of it. Like I am a boy, example. He was the doctor. She is the teacher. Here, am, was, is. These are the to be form of in different tenses. Like they are used in a continuous tenses or progressive tense. This kind of to be verb, am, is, are, was, were. For example, he is eating a mango. They are playing cricket, right? Here, the both sentences are in continuous tense, and here are and is used. They are used as a to be verb in the continuous and progressive tenses. In passive voice tense sentence, also to be verbs are used. Like you can see this sentence over here. Edison invented the first gramophone. Edison invented the first gramophone. When we do it into the passive voice, the first gramophone was invented by Edison. Here, was is the to be verb used in the passive voice when we are bringing the objects in the beginning. Obviously, there is used of to be verb, right, in the primary auxiliary. Again, I'm to eat a mango. Here am is playing again the role of auxiliary verb. Along with it, to eat is also there, which is again playing the role of verb. But am is a helping verb to it, right? That is a very important function of the to be verb. If I were a king, in this sentence, where is used as the to be verb, right? And then another sentence you will see here in the to be form of the verb, like if she were Madhuri, right? Madhuri means Madhuri Dixit, if she were Madhuri. Actually, see here the was should be used instead of where, but if we are trying to make imagination, that point of time we used if with where. To have in present tense, you can see over here the sentence is like it is used in the present tense of the primary auxiliary. Like I have a car, she has a curly hair, they had a big house, I have a son. Here have, has, had, these are two haves primary auxiliary. Have and has are used in the present tense, and had is used in the past tense. To have present participle, you can see here I am having tea, he is having bath. Here is the present continuous tense is used. Okay, these are also used as present participle. As in present continuous, they are having ing with them, right? Next, in perfect tense also, to have verbs are used, whether it is present perfect tense or past perfect tense. In both of them, these to have form of primary auxiliary verbs are used. Like he has written a letter, he had made him, I had made him, they have played chess. Here, has, had, and have, these three to have primary auxiliary verbs are used. Next is to do. To do, in that there is a use of do, does, and did. In present tense, do and does are used, and in past tense, did is used. I do my homework. She did her work. He does his assignments. You have to keep in mind when to do verbs are used. Okay, with he, she, it is used does in present tense. And in past tense, did is used. To do verbs, again, these are playing very important role in the forming of the primary auxiliaries. Like I play cricket. In that there is a primary auxiliary. I do play cricket. Or if you want to frame a question, you have to remove the to do primary auxiliary. That is, do I play cricket? I do not play cricket. When you make the negative of these to do verbs, the sentence will be like that. I do not play cricket. He works in company. Here, the modal auxiliary is hidden in that. When you ask the question, does he work in company? That kind of question can be formed. He does not work in company. When you make negation or negative sentence from this, you will use does here. She watched a movie. Did she watch a movie? She did not watch a movie. Right? Here in the past tense, did is used. That is to do verb of primary auxiliary. Again, if you see in the primary auxiliary, there are the various verbs are used, various primary auxiliaries are used. Okay, to represent like do come to me. Do come to me. Here the primary auxiliary verb do is used. But it is not a question. It is imperative sentence. Right? Here we have discussed about the primary auxiliary, which are very important. Thank you for watching this video.